Hello, my lovely Pisces. This is your reading for this week of July 13th, Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising. And of course, it will not be for everybody, and it may resonate a little later on. So here we go, my loves. The first thing that I saw for you was the blue caterpillar in Alice in Wonderland, or Alice Through the Looking Glass. I guess he was in all of them. But he's smoking a hookah pipe and he's blowing smoke rings. And I don't remember the story well enough, so I looked it up online. And apparently in their interaction, what he's asking her is, who are you? She's complaining about not knowing how to fit in. Is she big? Is she too big? Is she too small? Remember, her size has been changed as she's in Wonderland. And she's having trouble figuring out, and she's having trouble remembering who she is. And this is what I think is really important for you, is the question, who are you? And that, I believe that part of the collective that we're reading for today possibly are having some issues with re-identifying who they are as they're growing spiritually. What I'm getting here for you, the first card that I get is abandonment. And abandonment is very interesting if I link it to the Alice in Wonderland character, because it is about her being lost. It is about her not feeling as though she has what she needs to cope. And the card here very simply says, abandonment isn't just the experience of being left. It carries with it a much deeper sense of desertion, of being left vulnerable without the support or tools we need in order to survive, either emotionally or physically. Well, that sounds exactly like Alice. But what you're getting as a clarifier card here is creativity. And then you get humility and service. So when I look at this and I look at humility, it's the reminder of there is more at work than just you. So it's not just you trying to find your way through the smoke and mirrors. There is higher power, and you can lean into that. And part of what this might be about for you, it might be that you are going through abandonment issues, but it could also be that there were abandonment issues when you were a child, and that you were, again, abandonment issues. Remember, it doesn't have to mean a person physically leaving. It could be not feeling safe, not feeling like there'll be enough food, enough money, enough security, enough love, enough to feel safe. Because in that safety, that's where you develop confidence to explore your personality and your ego, as opposed to just taking on what the environment was and the implications of what the environment was as a child. So this is you being able to identify any of those things that left you feeling without what you needed in order to live the kind of life you wanted and to have the kind of life you would want now. You're being told, be fierce in your willingness to see all of these wonderful things bubbling up out of you. And that goes right back to the creativity card. Creativity is an energy and is designed to be lived and appreciated in all acts of life, from the socks you choose to the kind of mustard you put on your sandwich. Creativity is not a gift endowing the bearers with a membership to a private club. When you can allow yourself to realize that, then you have everything that you need. And this bubbly card is saying right next to the fierceness, be fierce about allowing all of the wonderful things in you just to naturally bubble up, and realize that those things that are going to bubble up, some of them are going to surprise you in a good way, because there are many wonderful aspects to you, Pisces, that you have not yet owned, that you have not yet experienced, that you have not yet taken on board consciously in a way to mold them in ways that are going to support you. And the card, I think, that's really good to end this all is the service card. Because if you have experienced abandonment of any kind, or if you're feeling it now, the service card is reminding you we are all here to serve each other in some way as we learn and grow. And that sometimes in the process of that, things will not be done well. And sometimes it's the act of things not being done well that gives us the greatest opportunity to learn a hard lesson if there is a hard lesson we need to learn, or if there is a lesson we need to learn that has been difficult for us to come to terms with and come to consciousness with, we will experience those things. Okay? So one last card I'm hearing, one last card. And we're going to shuffle because that's what I'm supposed to do. This card came up before and I put it back in, so it's structure. And I'm going to read it because I think it's relevant. If it's coming up and it's come up twice and this is a clarifier, let's do this. Structure can be a support we gratefully lean on or a cage which locks us in. Sometimes we're aware of having constructed them, and sometimes we mistakenly credit or blame others. Either way, we've made the choice, consciously or unconsciously, to be in the structures that define our lives and relationships. When a support turns into a cage, be grateful. You've come to an edge of your personality structure and now have the opportunity to redefine what works for you and why. You can be sure that you're bound for new growth and understanding. So if we look at structure now and we look at it in relation to all these other cards, what this tells me is, and you got the abandonment thing. This is telling me you might be looking at structures that carried abandonment with it. That might have been part of the structure. That might have what broke a structure. But what you're being told here is every time a structure gets too tight or breaks, it's because there's growth that is trying to happen. So I feel that goes along with humility, remembering there's more at work than just you, and remembering the energy that is in you, that is part of you. And what Spirit is reminding me is to tell you, please, that remember that in the bubbly card, even though it's talking about personality traits and qualities and potential gifts, what it's also really bubbling up is from your soul through your body. And that this is a reminder for you that you are a divine being, that you carry it. And that sounds okay, it's so new age, we're all divine beings, but please remember we're talking energy. And so even though we're using the concept of bubbly, things bubbling up out of you like a fine mist, we are talking energy. And energetically, your soul is you, you are your soul. And the more you align in that regard, the more that's going to be expressed through your personality, your physicality, and how you interact in the world around you. Not just with the dimensions above you, the guides, the angels, but in your world around you. It's how you bring it into the world around you. And I feel this is what it's offering you to do. I'm going to leave you with that, my dear Pisces. Much love and take care.